Yes, hello everyone. I'm Carsten, CSM at Akinio, as you heard just now. I'm really looking forward to this panel. I hope that you are hungry, not only for the upcoming lunch, but for this session about demystifying generative AI. We could not avoid this topic. We now live in an age where practically every conversation has terms like AI-driven, AI-powered, and before, only scientists or computer experts dealt with AI. But now, anyone can use it. But there's a worry too. Will AI take our jobs? Maybe instead of worrying, we should think of AI as something that can make our work easier and better. It can help us do things faster and improve tasks that need a boost. So, how to make it part of your PX strategies? To debate around this hot topic, I'm happy to have two real humans here on stage. Anton from Google and Konstantin from Redcare Pharmacy. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
But before we start our conversation, we want to hear from you. So where are you with AI? Could you please take a minute and answer two questions by grabbing your smartphone and scanning the QR code? There should be a laser pointer. You see it in the downstairs. So, first question. Have you explored integrating GenAI into your PX strategy for content creation or translation? The results you're seeing are from Unlock in Boston, and we are excited to see if there will be any changes with your answers. So take your time. And we will see if there will be any changes. Giving you around 20-30 seconds, and then we jump to the second question. But thanks everyone for taking participation here. Awesome. The number is growing. We already doubled the number from Boston, so thanks everyone. Wow, still going. But we see that the top, yes, explored but not yet integrated, is still the main point. So you are obviously interested in AI. Okay, I jump to the second question. If you've tried integrating GenAI, has your organization adopted it in your daily PX strategies? Looking forward to your answers as well. And we are also doing this in London and Paris, so it will be very interesting to see the global scale. It looks the same. Okay. I leave it open for you, and would say we jump to the intro. So, thanks for joining us again. Anton, can you quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, thank you for having me, actually. It's very insightful information. My name is Anton. I'm actually for 15, 16 or 17 years in the retail industry, and now for 5 years with Google Cloud. So I'm working actually with German retailers to introduce AI and basically transform in the most important processes for them. Yeah.
Thanks. Your turn, Konstantin.
Hi. Also, thank you very much for having me here. I'm very happy to talk about this very hyped topic. And at Redcare Pharmacy, which is also known as Shop Apotheke here in Germany, Yeah, I'm doing product management and responsible for the product data domain, which covers PIM, DAM, and everything around product data.
Perfect. Thank you. So, first topic, getting started with AI. Konstantin, what initial steps did you take to integrate AI into your product experience strategy? And what advice do you have for businesses looking to embark on a similar journey?
Thank you. Yeah, we are also on a version of Akinio which does not allow us to use AI, but we were playing a lot with the functionality in a pre-PIM stage. And now I'm looking into the direction of the supplier data manager, which will solve many of our current challenges. And we tried AI for mostly extracting data from different data sources, which you can imagine. Suppliers provide information in PDFs, Word documents, I don't know, pictures, sometimes, pictures which contain text. And people had to read it, needs to read it, transform it, normalize it, extract it, properly write it into PIM. It's a hell lot of data, it's a hell lot of work, and we are trying to apply some AI to do this step. Also, classification, categorization, bundling is another topic where we try to use AI to do it on the pre-PIM stages, to already have products properly land into PIM. And the third bigger part is what we are trying to do. We are not there yet, but we are trying to look into the visuals, into the images, because people, you shop probably mostly through the gallery, through the product gallery, and we represent, yes, it's a pharmacy, but we are all around health, and there are many products where you scroll through the gallery, and we want to use AI to enrich product gallery with some additional information about products, some highlights, some warnings, something what will allow people who are using our shop to make decisions easier, faster, and with more information which helps them to make right decision. And I would say that the main recommendation would be to experiment. It's very fresh technology, it's very new, and stepping into this, you don't know what will come out. Try it, experiment, and see where it helps.
Just start. Perfect, thank you. Anton, how would you approach generating value with GenAI as a business leader?
Yeah, actually, I really like the questions. We didn't discuss about the questions, and I like the answers. So what I basically see is decision makers are not sure how to approach that and where to go. And I really like your advice, Konstantin, because it's AI, it's a capability to make you fail fast. But nevertheless, this uncertainty needs clarity. So we created actually a framework. We can talk about that or approach me after the session, and I can tell you where you can find that. But what it basically says is 3 categories of use cases we see that are extremely successful that you can approach. So category number 1 is where you have boosting productivity of your employees, but also your developers. So with technology like Cody, you can very, very easily, massively boost productivity of your engineering team. So this is one category, boosting productivity of employees. The second one is actually creating richer experience with text, image, video, and actually creating even augmented experiences. So this is the second area I would look into. And the third one is basically optimizing processes. So back office processes or production processes. So when you look at these 3 buckets, as a decision maker or somebody as a CEO, I mean, we have many CEOs here in the round. That's at least what I understood. It's you need to have an idea how to approach that. And what I see often is that people try to be too ambitious and measure immediate outcome. But successful leadership is actually focusing on it's a little bit like a portfolio manager. They look at short-term, mid-term, and long-term projects. And the short-term perspective is really low-hanging fruits. So really understand what is something that is easy to test, fast to fail, with a great impact and value. For example, developer productivity or text generation, because we have extremely mature technology in this space. And then you can grow this, let's call it low-hanging fruits, to more mature and mid-term projects where you have MVPs, you roll it out into countries, into the brands, into different languages, into different business units. This is the mid-term strategy, but at the same time you need to have this. This is, I think, where the hype comes from, that we try to solve extremely complex problems, and these are the long-term problems that can really change how you are seen in the market. That can really create new business models, that you are more competitive than your competitor because you have extremely good product information in your PIM, for example, where you can use AI. Yeah, so I would say a challenge is uncertainty, and we saw that in the answers, I think. So yeah, we have thought about that, but we don't know how. I would say focus on these 3 areas and then try to create a value chain with low-hanging fruits. You need that to convince the business units and other people in the company and grow from that into mid-term strategy, and then, but also define a North Star with a long-term innovation when it comes to AI.
Okay. Thank you, Anton. Next topic would be leveraging generative AI for product content. So in the area of time and costs. Konstantin, in your experience, how has generative AI transformed the creation and optimization of product content within your organization? Are there specific use cases or examples that stand out? And how can businesses effectively leverage generative AI, particularly in creating and managing product content, and what potential pitfalls to watch out for?
I would like to point out that by product content, we understand everything. But AI, or at this point in time, AI is very good in texts, understanding text, generating texts, and that's why we pay more attention to this field. And major topics where we try to tackle is generating these marketing texts using individual attributes. And next to it, or as a helping point to the first one, is to optimize it per different customer groups, because different people go to the web shop with different needs, with different mindset, different ideas, and you cannot cover everything with just one solution. And with Gen AI, it is much easier because you provide a prompt and it can generate multiple versions of the same text or using the same input, but in a very different or for different use cases. And this would be, or these are the major points where experimenting with product content at this point in time makes a lot of sense. And as something what to think of as a pitfall, I would point out the correctness of the data, because we tend to trust technology, and when ChatGPT tells you something, you trust it. And for example, in our specific situation where we are pharmacy, we're selling products to people which might influence their health, we have to be 100% confident that the information is correct, not only beautiful, not only selling well, but it is correct. And this is something what AI is not doing 100% good. And this is something what I would recommend to be careful about.
Thank you. So what about you, Anton?
Yeah, actually, yeah. a lot has been said. I would totally agree to what Konstantin said. But I would encourage the audience. I mean, we're talking about PIM and basically about written information about products, but the power of AI is actually, and this multimodality is something Google is actively investing and betting on, is the extension from text to images, from images to video and back, and even extending the experience. So when it comes to creation of text, of content, and I really mean content, I would actually extend it to creating customer experiences. This is where I would say generative AI is extremely good in. So the transformation cost for the different categories of information and the experience is very low. It scales extremely. Yeah, so this is something I would highlight, and I would also underline what Konstantin said is a challenge is the correctness of the information and the maturity of the technology. So from a maturity perspective, I would say text generation is extremely mature. Yeah. You need to look at specific areas where you need to be 100% precise, but there are technologies and ways how to ground these text models to be really, really precise. So grounding is very important. But image generation, I would say, is priority number 2. With a great maturity, video is coming up, and augmented reality is probably the next thing.
Thank you. What about top products that get love, but not the long-tail products?
Yeah, I think when coming back to the first question, when I would be a business decision maker, I would try to focus, for example, on the long tail products in the e-com business. So the best-selling products are usually extremely well curated. So you have good information, good image material. So because top products. But if you have a long tail, and if you can improve the long tail, the sell of the long tail, this is huge potential. And this is what I mean with low-hanging fruits. Use AI, GenAI, to understand the text, to create better text, to create better images at an extremely low cost for many 10,000s or 100,000s of products. I would say this is a low-hanging product use case.
Thank you. So start with quick wins, create long-term AI plans to improve CX, and that pays off in the long run.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. So enhancing visuals with generative AI. Anton, Google has been at the forefront of AI innovation. How do you see generative AI specifically enhancing visual elements in the realm of product experiences? Are there emerging trends or advancements in this area that businesses should be aware of? How can generative AI be used to create content based on visuals and assets, and what are the possibilities and limitations in this area?
I already touched that in the other answer. I think so. The trend we're seeing is really moving from different categories of text to image to video to even augmented reality. This will be possible. I don't know if you had the chance to see the Google I/O yesterday. So what we are going to introduce are, for example, augmented reality assistants, where you can turn on the camera and then customers can take snapshots, you can lens things. So this is going to blur, and multimodality is becoming something in the market. So from a customer experience perspective, I see this is the trend going forward. But in particular, image generation, to be honest, I would really get clarity about the business case and the use case. And this is also a very tough decision for you as decision makers. What is the value of creating these images, and what is the risk? If you have use cases where you, for example, image generation, if you have use cases where you need to be extremely precise and high quality photo pictures of certain products with 100% certainty that this is correct, I wouldn't go there at the moment. To be honest, yesterday we launched Imagen 3.0. I haven't seen it, if it's better, but this is something that is probably not paying off. But if you want, for example, to extend the customer experience of a certain product with inspiring the customer, so putting, for example, this dinosaurs at the beach, at a very nice beach in Hawaii, and then, I don't know, inspire the customer. So usually it would have taken you a lot of money to travel to Hawaii, to take these dinosaurs with you, to take the picture, then edit the picture and so on. So this kind of use cases, I think they scale even and especially for the long tail.
Yeah, exactly. And in the preparation, you mentioned an example with IKEA.
Yeah, exactly. So they are together with IKEA. We are working, for example, on an experience where you can reading all the information about furniture, about the size, about the color and stuff like that. Color is more easy, but for example, proportions are very, very tough to understand only from text. So this is what I mean with augmented reality. We are able to position a sofa or furniture into the room so the customer can get augmented information about how this furniture is going to look like in his individual specific context. I see this as a huge, huge trend. Or, for example, if you take pictures, I don't know, if you're in the lamp selling business, you take a picture of your room and then let you assist what kind of lamps and what kind of lighting might become interesting for you. So then you can push your long tail into individual customer conversation, let's say.
Thank you. So what about you, Konstantin, and the topic of enhancing visuals with GenAI?
So we also do have different use cases, and as a web shop, our main use case is to present products to the customers, to the potential customers, to people who have inspirational shopping and want to check out what is available on the market. And when it comes to visuals, we have two major ideas so far. We are still experimenting with it. As you said, it's far from perfect. And one of them is adding existing information extracted from the individual attributes to the product gallery, or extending product gallery using existing product pictures with the same color palette, with the same font, with the same, so it feels like single gallery, but it delivers additional information so that people do not need to go into a very long, sometimes, textual descriptions, and make it more discoverable, make it easier for people to, like Instagram style, scroll through the gallery and see what is fitting, what is not fitting. Of course, it is always a challenge to understand which information is relevant for the customer, which information we should skip, what to show, what to highlight, what not to show. And here we also have to trust, or we have to pre-select, we have to say to AI what exactly we want to show, where and how. But this is a very big use case. This takes a lot of work from people to basically copy-paste information from text into the images, and usually those are two different teams. So you don't have product data managers who are maintaining textual information, then generating images. And with AI, we can combine this information, we can make it easier, and we can basically skip this step, but at the same time provide customers with way more useful and helpful information.
Thank you. Next topic is challenges with AI. Konstantin, what impact can AI-driven personalization have on customer experience?
Yeah, personalization is a tricky topic. We all like personalization, but we all hate when someone knows stuff about us. I mean, this is human psychology, and we need to work with it, work around it. And if you think about us as an online pharmacy, you don't want your health data to be known, to be widespread, and then everywhere recommended. So we need to do it in a very subtle way. We need to do it in a very, very accurate way. But at the same time, in this world, you are surrounded by millions of products, and personalization helps people to select what actually they might like. So we are trying to balance between creating an experience and trying to learn from the customers what products they have, map it to the products, and then suggest something. But here, the golden rule is you better underdo it than overdo it. You better not use personalization as much. And we have two use cases for this. We are trying to personalize on country base. So, for example, if you think of beauty products, which we sell in France and in Austria, customers in these two different regions see products differently. They have different expectations, even though it's the same product. So this is personalization, but on a larger scale. And this is also, with the GenAI, we don't need to do this work twice. The AI is doing it for us. And another thing is the purpose with which people do shopping. So there is inspirational shopping, where you don't know what you want, and then this personalization works very differently. We basically navigate you through different departments of the shop and consult you on your way. Whereas when you know exactly what you need, the personalization works in a very different way, where you maybe choose between product A and product B. And then for you, personalized would be, hey, for me, which of those two is a better option? And we are trying to tackle both of these groups. But again, as you see, it's very high level. It's very customer groups. And going deeper, especially in our use case, is a tricky part.
So cultural preferences and inspirational shopping versus knowing what you need. Anton, do you agree with Konstantin?
Yeah, totally. I would totally agree. And I liked, maybe adding to that, I like the point. So actually, you need to fine-tune the amount of personalization for shopping. I deeply believe that it's true, especially with healthcare data. You don't want others to know too much about you. But when it comes to personalization, there are other areas besides shopping where GenAI might be extremely powerful. For example, yesterday they demonstrated at the Google I/O individual learning for children. So what they actually did is they took generic information from a school book, they fed it into an AI agent, they put it into audio, so there was an agent that could interact with the child, and the child is, for example, an enthusiast in basketball. So all information and physics, it was a physics book, so actually very dry topic, I would say. So the child could personally interact and ask, for example, about gravity in terms of basketball. So the examples the AI created for this child was basketball individually related. So I think maybe, I don't know if this is the case for your business model, but maybe you also have this kind of experiences where you can be a little bit more ambitious in personalizing, because this is now possible.
Awesome. Thank you. So last topic, industry-wide impact. So my last question is for you both. How do you foresee the broader industry landscape evolving with the increased adoption of AI in product experience strategies? Are there any potential challenges or opportunities that businesses should anticipate? And how should we tackle the fear of human being replaced by AI? Konstantin, you start.
Yeah, that's basically why we have this topic today, yeah? Because everyone kind of wants to use AI, but at the same time is scared to use it because it will take over the world and kick us out of our jobs. Yeah, partially it is true. And if you look into the history, internet is a beautiful example, which is also very close to where we are now, because with internet, everyone was also saying, hey, now everything will be over for us, the jobs will be taken away, and so on and so forth. And we are all sitting here thanks to internet. And it shifted everything into a different direction. It does not, I mean, yes, it will replace something, but maybe it is time to be replaced. It's good that those jobs will be replaced because we need another type of jobs. We need another type of, basically, the whole shift in the way how we do things, which happened multiple times in the history, and it is happening right now. And that's why I would like to go back to the beginning, and say experiment, build knowledge, try to understand how the technology works, and by this understand that it's not perfect, it's far from perfect, and it won't replace many people. And the more there is an understanding of the technology, the less there is fear, and the more you can benefit and use it as a co-pilot, co-worker, as someone sitting next to you and doing boring stuff for you, copy-pasting things, like doing repetitive things, and this will shift your own personal work and basically the jobs of many other people into more creative, into something where you as a human being can use your own human skills and not do the copy-pasting from PDF into Excel.
Yeah, thank you. So AI creates opportunities and new jobs. And a very good point, just think of the first conveyor belts that Ford introduced at the beginning of the 19th century, which almost quadrupled the production of its cars. There were fear, of course, losing jobs and so on. But just imagine, your company could increase production by 4 times. Wouldn't that be great? Anton, what about your talk?
Yeah, maybe adding to what Konstantin said, I think also you need to experiment, but in order to overcome the uncertainty, I believe this framework we have created might be helpful for you. So think really in this short-term, low-hanging fruits and focus on that. Focus on the low-hanging fruits, because there you will learn very quickly. There's little risk in failing, and then try it out. So you spread the knowledge in your organization. And then when you find something that's valuable and works for you, then you can scale it into your short-term, mid-term, and then, but also create some kind of a vision. I would try to be to better understand or create a plan, a portfolio of use cases with a focus on low-hanging fruits. But it's challenging, I know that. And I always get the question, yeah, okay, Anton, what kind of projects, how to prioritize, what to do, what's the benefit, what's the business case, how to calculate that? I don't see any immediate revenue from this case. I invest and take people off the project and invest time of the people for a certain area. This is up to you as a senior manager to better understand leading indicators and lagging indicators. And I think this is important. There are cases where you have immediate revenue impact. We talked about that, I think. Text creation, content generation, image generation, really mature, scalable technologies. But there are also areas where you will only have a need to create leading indicators where you understand, for example, okay, how many products from the long tail have been surfaced to my customers more in the last 2 or 3 weeks. This does not mean that this creates more revenue, but I want to understand, does this initiative actually work or not? And then also understand the lagging indicators. Does this surfacing of the long tail information probably increases customer satisfaction? So this is a lagging indicator. And then ideally, I say, you will see a revenue increase or a cost reduction or something, a really hard, immediate, measurable impact. So the advice would be to create some kind of a project portfolio with focus on the low-hanging fruits, but also create leading and lagging indicators to measure this with your team.
Thank you. So, if you want to take maybe 5 things with you from this panel, AI is a powerful tool, but it's not a magical solution. It complements human efforts and enhances capabilities. AI is a tool to empower, not replace, human expertise. Human expertise is essential for decision-making, ensuring ethical consideration and addressing nuanced situations. AI implementation offers efficiency without significant cost or time investments. And AI implementation is an ongoing journey, very important. Regular updates, adaptations, and staying informed about advancements are crucial for continued long-term success. And that concludes our panel on the topic of demystifying generative AI. Anton, Konstantin, thanks for this insightful, real conversation. I hope that you have enjoyed this conversation as much as I did. Enjoy the rest of the day with us.
Thank you.